For those who aren't aware yet about this show and stuff, could you just tell me a little bit about your character and how she fits into this story?
My character. First of all, sorry for my English. I'll try as my best.
It's better than my French, though.
um, so I'm Saria, a girl who grew up in Paris, in France. Normal teenage girl, and when her mom died from cancer, I think it was cancer. The father had nothing left in Paris, so he decided to go back to live back where he came from, where his family is, and where he believes what his culture is. So he decided to go back to Syria, and so Saria go with him, and we at this moment she discovered a totally different culture, men and women separated, really like old fashioned. I mean, really like we really different than in Europe, and she can handle this, and she doesn't believe that's what it's best even for men or for women. And there's this one day, she's probably 19 or 20, and these YPG fighters come to recruit some girls and boys, and she sees this woman with weapons and how they are able to sit at the same table with the men, and that there is such a equality in the YPG that there is nowhere else. I mean, and yeah, she decides to join the YPG and to fight for freedom, for injustice for women.
I mean, these women were so incredibly heroic, aren't they? How is it to play a character like that? To play someone who puts their life at risk every day but to help millions worldwide.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It was a lot of pressure. No, it was. Um, I thought that they were like heroic, that they were badasses, that it was like Lara Croft, Angelina Jolie, that they were um so cool girls that it kicks men asses, and they were so, yeah, but that's not it. I mean, they're my age or younger than me, and they're just fight for just being free, actually. And it's not, they're they're not doing it for respect, because they already have this respect between men and women. They already have this love between them. They believe, um, they made commitment together, and they all trust each other. So they fighting for the world, and for just to have a little piece of land, and just to be free and have a passport. I mean, I have three passports. I have Switzerland, Tunisia, and Belgium, and they don't have any identity. And yeah, it was an honor for me to learn about them. I heard about the Kurdish fighters a few years ago, but I never had the chance to. Well, I had the chance, but I never did it, to understand more of the conflicts there. And I'm really impressed by those girls. They're not afraid to die, and they don't attack. They're just a protection unit. They protect people. They doesn't attack.
Do you think playing a character like this has shown how much we take for granted? Like you say, you have free passports, things like that. I don't even think twice. I just think, yeah, I can
Mm,
have two passports. I can travel
mm,
here. I can do this. And when you play a character like this, do you realize how not well, maybe not so how fortunate we are, but how unfortunate many out there are in the world?
of course, of course, of course. Every day during the shooting. Sometimes I told myself, shit, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm acting. I'm an actress. What the fuck is this? I should go there and help them and doing something real. But this is also a bit of selfish thoughts. I mean, it's like a caprice, It's like I thought it every day, and for us, of course, it's we had this in my heart and we thought about it, but for us it was fun to do war. It was
Mm.
acting. We learned how to be in the war. We had like special lessons to behave together, the science of war. We learned this, and for us it was only acting. So yes, I sometimes I felt guilty.
Mm.
I felt guilty, but I don't have to punish myself because I live where I live, because I grew up where I grew up. But if I can help them with art, with a movie, with a TV show, just telling their story out loud, this is my only job. This is the job I can do.
Mm.
And I want to make them justice
Mm.
because I learned about them, and I, even my family, even my friends, I want them to know
Mm.
what happens there. And yeah, it's it's a pressure. I want Kurdish fighters to be. Nobody talks about them in the
Mm.
US. They don't know who they are. In a lot of countries, they don't even know.
Mm.
And yes, actress, it's maybe stupid for them, but for me, it's a way to speak out loud and to yell out loud. The problem is there's there.
Mm.
We can
Yeah. Yeah,
denounce. Yeah.
you say that you sort of maybe felt guilty, but you're bringing their stories to
Yeah,
life.
I'm
Like that.
sharing. I'm sharing. Yes,
Mm.
we share these stories.
Mm.
That's what we can do,
Mm.
and we want to do it
Mm.
good.
Has this project sort of changed your perspective at all about your job in the sense that choosing future projects? Do you feel now an inclination to tell important stories, or is it one of those things where you can only really go where the scripts are? But do you want to tell more stories like this? Is this something that interests you?
Yes, 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 and um, and also, it's been 2 years now that I work, and I did like No Man's Land, which is political. I did another political TV show in France, um, and I have the feeling that because I also look like this, um, I look Arabic, so they put me easier in um, movies where I have to defend a subject, where I have to be engagé, engaged, and also doing more comedies or The Girl Next Door. It's also something that I want to do.
Yeah.
It's also something. It's also the movies that I watch sometimes, and it feels good. It's important to bring a message. It's important, and I'm glad to do. But I think um, we can bring a lot of different emotions, and I would love to do uh, The Girl Next Door.
Yeah, do you think that, because I've heard people say this before, do you think that this industry has a problem with putting actor and actresses might look Arabic or Muslim into certain boxes, and put them in just to only give them certain roles?
Yeah, I talked a lot with James, um, the guy who plays Nasser.
Oh, yeah.
He, yeah, we talked a lot about it, and I think it started to change. I really do. Now I just did a movie, and for I did two movies, and my name was Margot, which is really European, and I just had I was just a young girl of 28 and who wanted to be an actress. Just to say, I didn't. They never in the movie was told that I was Tunisian or that I was Arabic. We don't care. We don't care, and it was just a story about a girl, and it
Mm.
was one of the first time that I was just a girl and not a Kurdish or Algerian or it was a so I think I really believe it's changing. I hope because this is our future. I mean, in France there is Arabic people, black people. I mean, this is what we are today. So I think it's changing, but yeah, it took time, and I talked with James about it, and he suffered from it in Britain.
Yeah.
But I think in Britain it's also changing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I see Black Mirror, for example, normally the main character is always white and the best friend is black, you know, to the hey, you have seen. But now it's changed. I mean, there is main character black and second character white. I mean, it's slow, but I believe, I
It's a
trust.
process. We're getting there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting there,
Yeah.
yes.
But on the plus side to making projects like No Man's Land and shooting in places like Morocco is the food. It must be good food. It must be good food.
Yeah, but it was too long. I was sick of couscous after 3 months. With Felix, we were sick of couscous. We were sick of spicy. We just wanted to go back in Paris and just eat one very bourgeois baguette de pain
Yeah.
and cheese,
Cheese
you know.
sandwich. Yeah. Yeah.
But no, but honestly, we were lucky because we had a great team also with uh, the British actors that I really love very much, and they're amazing in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brits are the best for me. Best actors, best. Britain is the best for me. But anyway, so we had a great time together. We had a lot of physical lessons. We had a lot of some of them had to learn Arabic. I had to speak Kurdish. We had so many work, but we were together in Morocco, and it was hard. It was hot, and but we had a great team. And in this industry, I have to tell, it is not always like this. We can meet very mean people, and it was not the case in No Man's Land. So it was nice.
No. So just very finally before I go, you mentioned how much you love Britain. Would you come here and make a film? Have you got any ambitions one day to come and make movies or TV programs over here?
I really do. I'm actually sometimes auditioning for Britain TV shows or movies or but yeah, I didn't get the part, and it's that's I mean that's normal. But I would love to. I went to the National Conservatoire in Paris, and I also went. I wanted to do Lambda school also, but I chose to stay in Paris. But yeah, my dream is to work in England much more than in the US or whatever. For me, the most of my favorite TV shows and movies are from Great Britain. So yeah.
Cool. The only thing I will say though is our food isn't as good. That's the only thing I will say.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a bit disgusting, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Anyway, thank you so much for your time today, and best of luck with the
Thank
show.
you.
Maybe one day speak to you about a good British TV series. Who knows?
Yeah, I would love to. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,